Hello, this is Judy. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be making a layout using a lot of scraps, and I'm going to call this like a crosshatch kind of layout. There's been a lot of paper weaving online lately, and I really like that look, but I also like cross hatching my papers. And I have some photos my husband took on a trip he went on before I even met him, and I wanted to get these scrapbooked real quick for him, and so he has this memory. And these photos are cut to 3 3/4 square, and there's 4 of them, so I layered them on just a piece of white cardstock, and I'm going to use this in the center of the layout. Okay. In addition, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. If you are subscribed, thank you so much. Make sure you hit the thumbs up if you could. It helps us YouTubers to create videos and others to find our videos. Thank you very much. So now we will get on to the layout. And I just pulled out all the scraps that I had laying on my desk. I don't know what colors I'm going to use for sure, and I'm going to stamp on some of the papers. I have a stamp set from Close to My Heart. It is our stamp of the month, and this is June, so this is the stamp of the month for June 2021 Outdoor Borders. So I'll be using these to add some design elements to this plain cardstock. There are some strips in here that are colored. I'm not going to use them all, of course. Like this one probably won't go. But some of them are really cute. They're, from God knows what. So there's a Harley Davidson one that would probably go for going on the road trip, and the hearts probably won't go. The unicorns, oh, the stars might be okay. Let's see what this one is. If you can read this, flip me over. That would probably be great for that page, because the 2 guys driving to Florida. Here's a sun one I could layer on top of yellow. This looks like a tire track. So yeah, I just have tons of leftovers to use. These are some from punches. The film strip might be good. So we'll see where I go with this. Okay, thank you. Okay, I got a scrap piece of paper here. I'm going to use the white side because this I won't use, but I can foretell. Doesn't matter what's on it because it's going to be covered with my pieces of paper. Okay, I went through and cut all my paper scraps that had ragged edges, or things cut out of it or whatever, to use, and I cut them in 1 inch and 1/2 inch pieces. All right, some of these that are die cut or different things, these could go on top of another piece of paper to give it a design, like the sun for the yellow. And I will determine that as I go through and put the pieces of paper on the background. Okay. So yeah, 1/2 inch and inch pieces, and I just used whatever I had to put on here. And I tried to get a few of the colors that go with the theme of the photos, which is a road trip to Florida. And so, the blues, it's a guy theme too, so blues, reds. I didn't get the pink in there or anything. So yellow. One thing I don't see in here is any green, but that's okay. Green can be my focal color, my magnet color, because there's some green in the photos. So, and that's always, if you don't use one color that's in your photos, it will draw your eye to that color. So that's okay with me that I don't have any green. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to piece these on the background paper, okay? And it's going to be like this, and I'm going to have it overhanging, and then I will go and do it like this and go on and so forth, okay? So, and I will record some of this as I get going, okay? One of the first things I'm going to do is mark where my photos are going to be, because I don't need to have paper strips underneath. So, and this is just a general placement, okay? It doesn't have to be exact. And I'm going to cover the pencil marks as well. So I'm going to cover this area, but not in here. I don't have to have it covered. And then I'm also going to trim off the edges, so it doesn't matter if everything is even, okay? It's like, don't overthink it, just have fun putting down your paper pieces and let it go from there, right? So, oh, where was that first one? I want to do this one, okay? So this one I kind of want all of it on there, so I know I'm going to trim this off, and I know I will trim that part off, okay? So this can be my first piece, all right? And you can use liquid glue, or you can use whatever kind of adhesive you want, of course. And I may tuck some pieces underneath here, so it's okay if I don't have adhesive over the whole edge. Now, I know that this is probably 12.5 inches because of the dot there, for hanging the paper pad up. So it's okay. Normally this edge should go over that, but I know I'm going to cut this off. All right. So, and I'm going to try and do the strips. So that probably are, let me think, maybe 2 inches. So this would be 1 inch, 2 inches. So the next one, I would, and that's okay if that stays down, probably be better if it does. So you can see I want to go where that line is. Actually, if we go here, I'm just thinking how I want to do this. Because you can see I have the crosshatch, so okay. And if you don't get it all the way to the ends, it's okay, because you can always lift it up and add a little bit more glue. Okay, don't worry about that. So I'm going to get some of these racing, because they were going to the Daytona. So I want these to show. And now I can actually put the tape, the adhesive down on the paper. So this is what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to make it 2 inches. So I need another one that is 1 inch. So that'll be 2 inches wide. And the edge is kind of crinkled, so let's use this edge. Fit it right in there. Okay. So now we can, let's see. around, and I think I will find a small one that was an inch. How about yellow? And that will go here. Okay. And this is where maybe I know I had some little tiny pieces, right? So let's see if I can find a smaller one. When you cut the pieces off, the edges, you'll be able to use them. So I don't want to use this because it's so small, it won't hardly fit. So, and I know I'm going to trim off some of it, but it really does help when, even though you're going to trim the edges off. All right. Make sure that's set. And you can use white. And a half an inch. So I'm going to go off camera and fill this in some more, and then I'll come back and show you what I do. I also am going to be stamping on them, and I may do that on some of them before, so I may come back on and film that as well, but we'll see. Okay, off camera I pulled out some inks and my stamp block, the stamp set, and this is really a really nice border stamp set. It has some little hills, mountains, happy camper, back to nature, scenic view, over the hill and through the woods, enjoy the ride, which is what I'm going to use. The flip-flops, these are really good for a border as well as for fussy cutting them out. The Hello Summer one is really good. Sweet Summer Days, and then this wave, it looks like actually like a heat wave, so I'm going to use that one as well. So let's see. And I pulled out the stamp blocks. These are an inch by 6.5. So perfect for this kind of a project. I'm going to put it on there and then on my block because I always get them all off kilter when I try and do it like this. I can never get them lined up perfect because they're very easy to manipulate. And you could put them in arcs and circles and, you know, different kind of shapes, which is another good benefit of these stamps. Okay, so the charcoal I'm going to use on any of the paper that I don't have the blue, the lagoon, or the lemonade for. And this is a brand new stamp set, so I should probably ink it off on something for the first couple of stamped images. Oh, and they came out really nice, so it's probably going to be fine. Right. So if I can move it over here. And because I don't have anything on this red one, I'm going to put it there. Okay, just like that. And that's how I'm going to stamp them. I'm going to stamp some of the papers before I put them on here, and then I won't have to worry about doing it while it's already on. Let's see, the lagoon, I can do rays right now. this one. And this is a new stamp set, but it should be fine for this little piece. So that's cool. I like that. Okay. So I'll be back after I get a little bit more done. Okay, this is what I have. And these are the scraps I have left. Now I do want to mention that normally I would cut everything into the size I needed first, but I put these two strips up here just as a different kind of layout. Otherwise everything is in 2x2 squares. So all of these are, this is 2x2, this is 2x2, 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 2x2. So each one has pieces that are going horizontally or vertically depending on how you look at it. No rhyme or reason for the writing. I did have it so that it wasn't upside down looking at it here, because this is the way I'm going to have it laid out. So once I have this on here, I've got a part right there to fill in, and I'm going to put this on top of, I'm not sure what color, probably black. I think I'll pop this on black just to give it more definition, and then I will do the title in black as well. So I need a piece right there, and let's see, got that close by. How about some red? A little piece of red right there. And actually we could do it this way. Yeah. And see, this is why I had them so that they weren't stuck down. I can tuck things underneath it. And when I was getting to the little pieces, I did use this liquid glue. I found it a lot easier than the ATG on the little pieces. And it is getting empty. And it's just, it's either perfect paper adhesive or a PVA glue. I'm not sure. It may even be, oh, I forget the name of it. Oh yes, the Art Glitter Dries Clear adhesive. Great stuff. I also like using my liquid glass, but if it seeps out, it's glossy, so I don't want to use something that could be glossy. So I really like this. So now what I'm going to do is flip it over and cut off all the edges just to make it more manageable. I do have to trim it as well, but this will give me something more manageable to look at. And I like using the big scissors to do something like this. These are actually rubber stamp, the red rubber stamp trimmer scissors from way back when we used to get those sheets of red rubber. I'm really aging myself there. But I'd go to rubber stamp conventions and we would buy that big sheet of red rubber that had the stamp impressions in it, and we'd have to trim them out and mount them on the wood block ourselves. But you can get them relatively inexpensive. All right, so, and this is just my Versamat. All right, so there we go. So I'm going to put black around this and do the title, and then I'll be back. Okay, the layout's done, and I really like how it turned out. It's really busy, so I'm glad that I put the photos on a double mat because it draws your eyes into them. Did the title with some thin cuts from Close to My Heart, And then I had a pack of trip themed ephemera from Creative Memories, and I thought those worked really well. There's a map and some trees, the luggage tag, little signposts, and I had a couple tickets from their trip to put on there, some postcards. So those came out really handy to finish it out. You can see the black border here. So yeah, and then I put that sun strip on yellow, because the road trip would never have been able to have been seen the way I wanted it to on this background without something underneath it. So I really like how that turned out. And I used so many scraps. It was great. And I made a double page. So this is the second page. And it's basically the same kind of thing. I used that paper, that white base paper, put it on the black. And then I made just photo mats. So I did the photos on white and black, and then the crosshatch technique underneath it for other scraps that I had. And I made 2 of them. And then I put some more ephemera here to go with the theme. Okay, so it came out really great. I used a lot of scraps. It's a really good guy page, right? So I hope you like that. And stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.